Hey guys, Leland with this 8-Bit Life here. I'm taking a look at a new Android mobile gaming controller called the MOGA. It's a pretty nifty little device, nice and compact, made of pretty sturdy plastic. It's got your standard little slide pad thumbsticks. Feels a lot like what's on the what was on the PSP. Not quite as good as something like say the PS Vita's thumbsticks, but they get the job done. You've got some nice clicky 4 face buttons here, your start select, and here's your button to control the Bluetooth, and you've got your right and left shoulder buttons. One of the best things about it though is the built-in hinging cradle that locks into 2 different positions, and it's got a telescoping grip here with these nice rubbery pads on it to hold your phone nice and snug. It's pretty easy to get your phone in here as well. You just kind of pop it in there and push that up and you're good to go. Now the app that accompanies the device leaves a lot to be desired in my opinion. I'll give you a look here. So basically when you install it, it installs a service and a driver for this device that listens for connections to it. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and get it synced here. And it will sync at some point. There we go. And so once you're synced, you've got full control. It works as like a standard IME on an Android device. With the device you'll get a copy of Pac-Man, and it also has a download code for Sonic Episode 4. I'm sorry, it's Sonic 4 Episode 2, which, it's not a terrible game. It's not one of my favorite Sonic games, but, for a pack-in, not bad. So let's take a look at how it plays here. Oh, whoops. I'm just going to go ahead and play a standard game. So not bad. This isn't a great example of how well the controller works because you're only using the thumbsticks. You're not getting to see the buttons themselves. But it gives you an idea of what you can do. I'm going to go ahead and back out of that. So, some of the things that I kind of have an issue with here on the software side, and it's purely software. The hardware itself is great. It's all been very responsive with most games. When you go to the shop, you've got a limited selection here, which is kind of to be expected. Support for controllers on Android is not bad, but it's it can be a bit limited at times. So you've got a list of games here, then these link to the Play Store. It would have been nice to have a few more games here, maybe like a few more examples of some higher end games. That's not too bad. What I kind of have a problem with though is that the application doesn't let you configure buttons for anything else. You can only use games that the application knows about. The other problem is that if you have games that you've pre-purchased already in the Play Store and you install this app, it doesn't know about them. It won't see them on your device. You would actually have to go back and repurchase them. And there's no way to point it to a directory or anything like that. That's a little bit frustrating. But specifically, my problem is that you can't use this with any sort of emulators, at least not that I found. I actually ended up having to root this device. Now usually when I review items like this, I start, I'll reflash my phone with a stock Android image, just to be fair to the device and, give it a typical use case. Rooting the Galaxy S3 is not difficult at all, obviously. So I went ahead and just reflashed my backed up image, which was already rooted, and I installed a third-party application that does a much better job of working with the software than what you get from the company. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this synced up with this third-party implementation of the driver. Once you've got root privileges on here, I mean, it can do a lot with this thing. You can do things like, you know, enable and disable one or both of the analog inputs if you are playing a certain game that might be affected by it. You can set up individual profiles for games and what have you. You can give it a permission to manage the Bluetooth so it can turn it on and off when you're not using the software. But we'll go ahead and take a look at what it can do. We'll open up. We'll take a look at one of the mini backups. Backups that I have for my my SNES collection. I actually do own all of these games. I just like when people qualify that stuff. So we'll take a look at Mega Man. So I've got all my controls mapped here. You know, my start works, my jump buttons, everything. And this feels, you know, just like playing a mobile console. You know, it feels like, I mean, obviously this isn't, you know, this isn't like the, you know, the Vita or the 3DS quality, but I mean, you know, you can play pretty much anything that you can get on an emulator or any game in the Android market that supports controllers. You can play here. I'll go ahead and hop out here and show you another example of some stuff. We'll take a look at an Android game that supports controllers. This is Dead Trigger. You know, it's an FPS. I believe it's Unity based, or no, I'm sorry, it's Unreal Engine. So it looks really great, and honestly, I don't miss having a full-on console, or I'm sorry, a full-on portable console. We'll hop into a little mission here. So as you can see, I mean, I've got full range of motion. You can zoom in on targets and shoot very poorly, apparently. Every time I try to play a game for a video, I look frickin' terrible. But yeah, I really dig this thing. It was fun. I was using it at Black Friday while I was sitting in line waiting to pay for a TV, and it was a blast. I was sitting there playing some Mega Man and Super Metroid. Got through a few levels of this. Okay, I gotta stop actually playing the game. Yeah, so I mean, you know, with just your standard shoulder buttons, some thumbsticks, and 4 face buttons, it's not bad. I've even played through Ocarina of Time a little bit on here, and you know, granted, I don't have enough buttons to emulate the C buttons on the, or the camera buttons on the old N64 controller, but overall, I'm pretty happy with this device. I haven't used anything else that's been as good, and you know, mounting your phone in there feels nice and secure. It's got pretty good battery life. One of my bigger pet peeves with it is that it uses AAA batteries. I really would have preferred a rechargeable of some sort and just had, you know, like a micro USB port or something to charge it off of. I think that would have cut down on space, and it probably would have had a lot more battery life. Now, that being said, the manufacturer says that it's about 18 hours, and I haven't hit that window yet. I've been using this for well over 10 hours, you know, total, and it has been fine. I haven't had any lag issues or anything like that, or problems with it not turning on. Honestly, for $50, you get this controller and a you know, obviously faux leather polyurethane pouch It's got these nice metal snaps, and it's lined with microfiber on the inside to keep it all nice and shiny for you. But yeah, that's the MOGA, guys. I really like it. My biggest problem with it is that software and some of the functionality, the limitations that it has if you're not rooted. If you're squeamish about rooting, or if you just can't or don't know how to root your phone, this is kind of a toss-up. It's got a good selection of games. I could recommend it to someone who is a big gamer, who likes to game on the go, but I wouldn't buy it if I weren't going to root my phone. That being said, rooting's really easy, and if you have rooted your phone, you should buy this. Absolutely, it's great. I've been playing it for days now. But yeah, that's it, guys. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. I'm at TheTankTheory. Check out the website for the full review. That's this8bitlife.com. And you can follow me on Google+. I'm Leland Flynn. Thanks, guys. Bye.